Alright, you guys. So now that we know how to pickle, let's pickle some stuff. So I have some really fun ingredients here that we're going to go through, and we're going to talk about each type of pickle and why we're going to use it that way. So, to appease the traditionalists, I have taken cucumbers and cut them into the iconic spears because I'm a people pleaser. You're freaking welcome. Next up, I have some stuff that's going to be sort of weird for some of you, but I really think that if you keep an open mind that you'll really get into this episode. So my next favorite thing is ginger. Now, most of you have had pickled ginger probably at a sushi restaurant before. You'll probably notice that it was pink. It may have been a dyed pickle. However, I like the traditional yellow ginger when I go about pickling. My husband loves ginger. He'll put it on anything. Trust me, if it's in the fridge, he'll use it. Next up, I have some onions. Now, pickling onions is really traditional in Mexican cuisine, especially for tacos. It goes ahead and cuts through the fat of whatever meat you're using, and it really makes the pickle incredibly popped and unctuous inside of that dish. It's really going to make it burst with flavor. Then I have radishes, which I absolutely love. All I did was go ahead and cut them into these nice little discs. I'm going to use these for the dyed pickle. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because radishes on the inside are white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use beets, which I've already boiled and peeled and cut up, and I'm going to take them, add them to my pickling liquid, and it's going to turn bright red, making the radishes purple almost in color. Now I have some jalapenos. This is going to be for our flavored pickle, which is going to be our onions, which is going to be part of my dinner. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take some of the basic pickle that I've made and cook the jalapeno in it. And what's going to happen is it's going to take on this beautiful spice and aroma that's going to make the pickle absolutely pop. So, join me at the stove, children. So, over here, I have my ingredients that went into my basic pickle. So I have my sugar, my salt, and R2-D2, because he protects me. Now if you'll go ahead and look, I just have a small pot here on the stove, and all I'm doing is heating it up until my salt and sugar go ahead and dissolve right into that liquid. Now, the importance of this step is not to reduce your liquid entirely, because that would make an incredibly acidic pickle, which is not what you're looking to do. All you're looking to do is dissolve that salt and sugar to make it easier to make your pickle complete. Because if not, you're going to get all that gritty, weird stuff, and nobody likes that. Just trust me. Okay, so now that our pickling solution is ready off the stove, we are going to do a nice basic pickle on our cucumbers. Okay? I don't want to do all of these because a basic rule of pickling is that the pickling liquid should entirely cover the product. So, to save money, chef life, I'm going to go ahead and use a smaller container and pickle a smaller amount of the cucumber. You don't have to do that. You can make more pickling liquid. Up to you. So my pickling liquid is now ready. See, everything is dissolved, ready to go. The other nice thing about using cucumbers is that they are incredibly fibrous in their skins. So by putting the hot liquid over the cucumbers, I'm effectively cooking them and softening them. You know how when you bite into a pickle, it's soft? They should be. That's a good thing. Alright, so my cucumbers are now sitting in my pickling liquid, but you can't see because I don't want to spill. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same with my ginger. And seriously, just enough to cover them. You're not looking to make them swim. Just enough to cover. And same thing with the ginger. Oh my god, you guys, you should smell this. Oh, it smells so good. Now, Next step is I'm going to take the remainder of my liquid and I'm going to divide it between two pans. One is going to be my dyed pickle pan and the other one is going to be my flavored pickle pan. The other thing you're going to notice with pickling is that some ingredients just can't be super thin when you pickle them. Like in the case of this radish, right? That's a pretty thin piece of radish. If I were to put hot liquid over these, they would disintegrate by the time they cooled down. All of that hot liquid would take it and absolutely eviscerate it. So, pickling fun fact, cooling pickling liquids before putting them over your products gives you a crisper, more light pickle, also known as a quickle. Another quick piece of information, when you add your flavoring or dyeing components to your pickles, it's important to lower the heat so, again, you don't hit that bad reduction place and end up with a super acidic, powerful pickle, because no one wants to eat that, frankly. I mean, it's pretty accurate. Anyway, so I already have the beet pickle ready to go. It takes little to no time because beets have all of this juice inside of them that just wants to seep out everywhere. So, I'm going to go grab my beet pickle. Now, what you're going to notice is the beet pickle has turned entirely purple. This just yellow liquid vinegar has entirely transformed. It almost looks like hibiscus tea. Really cool stuff. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and pour my beet pickle right over my onions. And what's going to happen if you stare at onions for half an hour, which I try not to do, is you're going to see that the onions are going to go from this beautiful pearl white to almost pinkish purple in color, a fuchsia, if you will. Because as they sit in this liquid, they are taking in the liquid, and it's going to change the color of the onion itself. Super cool stuff. It's one of my favorites. Now, to the flavored pickle. Just an FYI, I am using 2 of these pickles in one taco. So the radish is going to be my flavored jalapeno pickle, and the onion is going to be my dyed beet pickle. Both of them, although adding contrast to the meat that I plan to use, are going to have that acid component, but each of them is going to bring a distinct flavor and texture to the dish that I really desire for tacos. And I love tacos. Now, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, this smells like spicy vinegar, which sounds weird, but bear with me. So basically what's happened here is that the jalapenos have broken down just a little bit in the liquid. They've cooked down and they've released what's called capsaicin, which is going to give the spice and the flavor to the radishes. Now, I said I wasn't going to pour it over it, and I'm a woman of my word. So, I am going to end this here, but as you can see, 5 different pickles have been produced here in just under a few minutes. Pickles are a super fun way to add contrast to dishes. They're gorgeous in color, they're amazing in flavor, and they'll just do wonders for any dish you prepare. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and keep on eating, y'all.